District, log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air that you breathe.
Philo's got a world of entertainment for you to explore with just one subscription. Sign up today and start watching all the networks you love, like A&E, MTV. So you can rewatch them anytime, anywhere for up to a year. Philo now includes access to AMC Plus. You can discover your next obsession from its collection of hit originals like Mad Men, The Walking Dead, Killing Eve, Orphan Black, and tons of blockbuster movies. There are no contracts, no commitments, and no hassles. For just $28 a month, Philo's a better way to watch TV. So what are you waiting for? Visit philo.tv and sign up today to start your 7-day free trial. That's philo.tv.
Page one of the local news is a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the valley and a mobile service van. What? Your AC isn't keeping you cool? Well, head into Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers or give them a call and schedule a service visit with a mobile van. It doesn't cost any more.
Warming temperatures forecast. The National Weather Service says expect temperatures to climb this week. While temperatures will climb, National Weather Service says the major heat risk warning has been lifted as the outlook is for a couple degrees lower than were previously projected. Temperatures in the coming week will average near to slightly above normal before increasing some through the middle of this week as high pressure strengthens over the overnight lows are expected in the mid-80s. Winds will be light. And an early Sunday morning fatality. The California Highway Patrol is investigating an early morning fatal incident. Officers responded to the area of Evan Hughes Highway and Austin Road at about 4:54 a.m. Sunday. Officers located a vehicle in a canal. It is suspected that the vehicle tried to jump the canal and didn't make it across. One victim was located and pronounced dead at the scene. No other victims were located. The accident remains under investigation. And we had a small earthquake rattled the Salton Sea area. The magnitude 3.4 shaker was recorded at 12:17 p.m. The epicenter was 8 miles west-southwest of Salton City. There were no reports of injury or damage. KXO News Time, 7:42.
How about the next time you need service on your car? We come to you. Hi, this is Mike Allison for El Centro Motors and Quick Lane. Our mobile service vans are an extension of our dealership service lane. We will come to you for an oil change, filters, brakes, batteries, tire rotation, and so much more. Hey, while your car is just sitting there at work, we'll take care of your service needs, and it doesn't cost any extra. Schedule your appointment now at elcentromotors.net. El Centro Motors Mobile Service Vans. What a great idea.
And we had a fatal collision. A Friday evening traffic accident claimed the life of a Somerton, Arizona man. The accident occurred shortly after 9 p.m. in the area of Avenue C and County 14th Street. According to the Yuma County Sheriff's Office, a Toyota Tacoma was southbound on Avenue C and failed to stop at a blinking stop sign and collided with a Ford F-150. The driver and 2 passengers in the F-150 were taken to Yuma Regional Medical Center, where one of the passengers, Erwin Twist, 75 of Somerton, died. The driver and a passenger in the Toyota both sustained serious injuries and were taken to YRMC. The driver was later flown to a Phoenix area hospital for further treatment. According to YCSO, impairment and speed appear to be a factor in the collision. The accident remains under investigation. And we also had a hit and run in Imperial. Imperial police are investigating a hit and run accident that injured an 8-year-old boy. The accident occurred at 4:30 p.m. Thursday at Barioni Boulevard and D Street. The boy was struck by a white Hyundai Elantra, which fled the scene of the accident. Officers combed the area for about 45 minutes looking for the Hyundai before the car and driver returned to the scene. The driver, 19-year-old Hannah West of Imperial, was taken into custody and booked at Imperial County Jail on charges of felony hit and run. The boy was flown to Rady's Children's Hospital in San Diego for treatment. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Let's talk about it, bringing community mental health issues to your radio. Listen each Sunday morning to KXO AM 1230 at 7 a.m. or on Sunday evening at 7 p.m. on FM 107.5. Or log on to KXORadio.com for a podcast of the show in its entirety. This program is produced by the Public Affairs Department of KXO AM 1230 and FM 107.5. Let's Talk About It is presented as a public service of Imperial County Behavioral Health Services.
How about page 2 of the local news with weather, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town. They have daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and of course happy hour 3 till 6 p.m. every day.
Calexico man arrested for firing gun. Calexico police have arrested a local resident after receiving reports of a man firing a gun in a field west of La Jolla Palms. The report was made on Tuesday, June 18th. Officers were able to obtain video footage from a nearby residence. Shell casings were also recovered from the scene. Calexico police, along with U.S. Border Patrol agents, including air support, searched for the gunman but were unable to locate the suspect. On Wednesday morning, Calexico patrol officers responded to a residence in the 2400 block of H. Nahara Avenue and located a man identified as Ivan Morales, who resembled the suspect in the video footage. Morales admitted that he was the one who fired the gun. Officers were able to locate the 9mm ghost gun in the residence. Morales was arrested and booked at Imperial County Jail on charges of discharging a firearm in a gross and negligent manner. And EDD releases the latest unemployment report. The latest unemployment report is for May. That report was released Friday morning. It was released by the Labor Market Information Division of the Employment Development Department. According to the report, May unemployment was recorded at 15.4%, down slightly from a revised 15.7% recorded for April, and unchanged from the year-ago numbers. This compares to an unadjusted unemployment rate of 4.5% for California and 3.7% for the nation during the same period. The May report indicates 11,100 eligible workers were unemployed out of a labor force of 72,400 in Imperial County. Once again, Imperial County has the highest unemployment rate in the state. And CBP update, U.S. Customs and Border Patrol has released operational statistics for May 2024. According to CBP, since the expiration of CDC's Title 42 public health order in May of 2023, to date, the Department of Homeland Security has removed or returned over 775,000 individuals, the vast majority of whom crossed the southwest border. That includes more than 115,000 individual family members. In May 2024, the U.S. Border Patrol recorded nearly 118,000 encounters between ports of entry along the southwest border. That's 9% lower than the previous month. Nationwide in May, seizures of cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin, fentanyl, and marijuana combined by weight increased by 29% compared to April. In May, nationwide seizures of heroin increased 159%, methamphetamine seizures increased 102%, and fentanyl seizures increased by 70%. Through the end of May, CBP seized over 13,700 pounds of fentanyl. CBP has caught more fentanyl nationwide between the start of fiscal year 2023 through May 31st, 2024 than in the previous 8 years combined. And summer activity grants, IID water safety efforts. The Imperial Irrigation District is continuing their effort to keep people out of the canals. 65 years ago, they developed the IID water safety programs. Water safety mascot Dippy Duck was debuted in 1959. The mascot has been successful in carrying the message across the Imperial Valley to stay away from canals and drains. From April 22nd through June 7th, Dippy Duck visited as many schools as possible. To keep the message going, the Imperial Irrigation District is contributing $40,000 this summer to local cities and communities to help ensure kids as well as adults have a place to keep cool and safe. Grants ranging from $500 to $5,000 were awarded earlier this week. Funding recipients included the cities of Brawley, Calexico, Calipatria, El Centro, Holtville, Imperial, and Westmoreland. The Heber Public Utility District, Nyland Chamber of Commerce, the County of Imperial Forest Sealy, and the Imperial Valley Desert Museum. In July, Dippy Duck will deliver the safety message to libraries and summer camps around the county. That's it for local news. We're going to take a look at weather next.
Did you know that Burgers and Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? With specials on select appetizers, beer specials, and more. Ask about drink specials all day with $5 drinks like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. Our weekday lunch specials include a soft drink from only $8 to $11. June specials include Firestone Walker, 16 ounce, just $6, 22 ounce, $8, and French dip sandwiches. Burgers and Beer, with 5 locations, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Burgers and Beer, for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says enhanced moisture levels will linger over the region as temperatures will continue to run several degrees above normal. Building high pressure will warm temperatures by a few degrees going through the middle of the week, resulting in hot and humid conditions over the next week. 110 the high in the valley yesterday, 84 the overnight low. Today will be sunny and hot with a high near 111. Heat index values as high as 115. Light winds become west 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 87. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming south after midnight. Those winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Sunny and hot on Tuesday with a high near 111. Heat index values as high as 115. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour. 90 degrees, 43% relative humidity. Wind out of the southwest at 325 miles an hour. Local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers and Beer, the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers and Beer.
My name is Shelley Wilkinson, and I am an Imperial Valley Food Bank board member. Food has the power to fuel communities, especially among those struggling to find their next meal. As the main distribution center of donated food in Imperial County, we store, rescue, and purchase food in bulk to serve 25,000 people each month at over 30 locations. Join the fight against hunger and food insecurity in the Imperial Valley by donating online today at www.ivfoodbank.org.
And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. Major League Baseball action yesterday. The Brewers beat the Padres 6-2. Brewers putting up 14 hits. Phillies dumped the Diamondbacks 4-1. Braves beat the Yankees 3-1. Rays over the Pirates 3-1. Red Sox topped the Reds 7-4. Tigers beat up on the White Sox 11-2. Marlins over the Mariners 6-4. Guardians edged the Blue Jays 6-5. Astros topped the Orioles 8-1. Cardinals beat the Giants 5-3. Rangers shut out the Royals 4-0. Nationals edged the Rockies 2-1. Twins blanked the Athletics 3-0. Mets over the Cubs. That one ended up 5-2. And New York Mets closer Edwin Diaz is facing a 10-game suspension after he was ejected from last night's 5-2 win over the Cubs. Apparently, he had an illegal substance on his pitching hand. Somebody cheating? Nah, say it ain't so.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And Texas A&M and Tennessee, well, they're in the Men's College World Series championship game. Yeah, well, the series could have ended yesterday. Yeah, instead, it's going to a deciding Game 3 tonight. And in other news, in the world of sports, Lord Stanley's Cup is on the line. It's a big old thing, full of dents and scratches. Anyway, the Oilers and the Panthers will skate off tonight. The winner, the NHL champions, and possessors of Lord Stanley's Cup. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District.
Since 1901, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy has provided the finest printing and copying services from start to finish. When you choose Imperial Printers Rocket Copy, you can feel confident in our expertise and personal attention to your project. We have a team of professional graphic designers ready to take your ideas and make them a reality. From promotional merchandise, full-color brochures, blueprints, and high-speed copies to business forms and everything else in between, Imperial Printers Rocket Copy offers dependable and affordable quality printing. Thank you for choosing locally owned and operated Imperial Printers Rocket Copy. We have convenient locations near you at 430 West Main Street and 100 South 11th Street in El Centro and 184 South Plaza in Brawley.
And it's a look at financial news, a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal, the only postal box service offering 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. You'll find them at 4th and Heil in El Centro. Well, U.S. stocks have leaped from all-time high to all-time high this year. The S&P 500 has surpassed its own record a staggering 31 times since January. That equates to a new all-time high about every 4 trading days. Investors have shrugged off elevated interest and inflation rates, a chaotic political and global environment, and general economic uncertainty to give markets the best start to an election year on record. Elsewhere, European Union regulators have accused Apple of breaking new digital competition rules by preventing app developers from freely directing consumers to cheaper services. The European Commission's preliminary findings stem from an investigation opened in March. If found guilty, the company could face a fine of up to 10% of its $383 billion annual global revenue. The fine can be increased to 20% of the company's global revenue if it repeats the offense. Taking a look at the big board right now, I can tell you the Dow up 403 points at 39,553. The S&P 500 is up 13 points at 5477. And the NASDAQ right now is down 74 points, holding at 17,620. Meanwhile, gold up $14.30 an ounce, and oil up 33 cents per barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here at Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny and hot today with a high near 111. Heat index values as high as 115. Light wind becoming west about 5 miles an hour this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 87. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour becoming south after midnight. Winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Sunny and hot on Tuesday with a high again near 111. Heat index values as high as 115. Southwest wind about 5 miles an hour. And right now downtown, 91 degrees, 43% relative humidity. Wind out of the southwest at about 5 miles an hour. Air quality is good in Brawley, Nyland, and Westmoreland. Moderate in El Centro. The Calexico sensors currently offline. And again, a heads up, State Route 78 is closed about 2 miles from Ogilvie Road due to an accident that occurred shortly before 6 o'clock this morning. Emergency crews are still on the scene. Again, that's Highway 78 just east of Ogilvy Road. Financial news and the weather brought to you by Southwest Security and Southwest Postal. Southwest Security, a locally owned company that protects you, your home, your business 24 hours a day, 365 days every year. CBS News is just ahead. Don't forget, we've got news and information on our YouTube channel. Subscribe. It is free.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO, El Centro, the Imperial Valley.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by T-Mobile.
I'm Steve Kathan. The U.S. Supreme Court's agreed to take up appeals from the Biden administration and families who are looking to block bans on gender-affirming care for young people in states led by Republicans. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
These are teens who identify as transgender who are saying, but if I didn't identify as transgender, then some of these treatments would be available to me. You're treating similarly situated people differently, and you don't have a good enough reason to do so. The parents here are saying, you're taking away my fundamental right to help direct the medical care of my children.
And from one state this morning, an analysis of the apparent impact of a strict abortion ban.
The AMA study found that Texas's 2021 ban on abortion in early pregnancy is associated with unexpected increases in infant and neonatal deaths between 2021 and 2022. 255 additional deaths, nearly a 13% increase. Texas Department of State Health Services Commissioner Dr. Jennifer Schufert.
Congenital malformation is consistently the leading cause of infant death in Texas.
And since congenital anomalies are not an exception to the state's abortion ban, that number also jumped in Texas, but not in the rest of the country. Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
And the Supreme Court has rejected an appeal from Josh Duggar, the former reality TV star convicted of downloading child sexual abuse images. CBS Minnesota's Jennifer Mayerly has more on severe flooding there and elsewhere now in the Midwest.
The water continues to rise here. Historic rainfall fell over the last few days, and it led to catastrophic flooding, washing out entire neighborhoods. And it's not just here. Record-setting flooding inundated parts of Iowa and South Dakota.
The cargo ship that hit and brought down Baltimore's Key Bridge is on the move, as we hear from CBS's Cammie McCormick.
The cargo ship Dolly left Baltimore this morning for Virginia. Once in Norfolk, the remaining containers will be removed. Some of the crew members are also returning to their home countries. They'll have to be available for depositions. The FBI has launched a criminal investigation.
Overseas, CBS's Charlie D'Agata has more on the attack in southern Russia, blamed on Islamic militants targeting police and houses of worship.
Officials say at least 15 officers were killed, and the priest of the Orthodox Church, who officials described as brutally murdered. No one has claimed responsibility, but government officials are describing it as a terrorist attack.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 400 points. NASDAQ is down 60 points. This is CBS News.
Switch to T-Mobile and save with tons of benefits on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. Use the savings calculator to find out how at T-Mobile.com/switch.
It's better. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Like 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. It's better over. At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. Switch today. With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details.
Saluting Vets is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. It has been 80 years since D-Day, the Allied invasion of Normandy. World War II veteran Les Schrenk returned to France to commemorate the anniversary.
I'm glad I lived to tell about it. It doesn't bother me to talk about it. I've put all the bad things behind me a long, long time ago.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
It's been 3 years since the Surfside, Florida condo collapse.
A moment of silence came at 1:22 a.m. with dozens of family members there to mark the exact moment it happened. Mike Noriega's grandmother was one of the 98 people who died.
If you've ever had a dream that just felt so real that you had to convince yourself that it was not real, it was the opposite process for this, that I had to convince myself that it was real.
Investigators say deficiencies in the building's design and construction were all factors. Some $15 million worth of repairs were supposed to be done at the time of the collapse, which came 2 years after a report detailing some of those problems. Peter King, CBS News.
Buckingham Palace says Princess Anne suffered minor injuries and a concussion after an incident in an estate in southwest England. The sister of King Charles has been hospitalized. Steve Cathan, CBS News.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio.
I always have my music on.
With Carroll Buckley.
I can't go a day without it.